Sean! Johnny! Johnny!
Johnny!
Well, it's official. Johnny Depp has kind of won the defamation case that took over the internet. The case finally came to an end last Wednesday after a 7-person jury unanimously ruled in favor of Johnny Depp. Although their marriage lasted less than a year, their relationship spanned over a decade of consistent turmoil and brutal fights. The question always was, though, who was the victim? And the jury decided that they both were, with both being found guilty of defamation, but Amber having to pay way more money to Johnny than Johnny to Amber. Today we're covering you on the updated version of the trial as we see it finally end a weeks-long internet frenzy and media saga. Today we're covering the rest of Johnny Depp's story. Tomorrow, though, you decide. Let us know in the comments down below who you think we should cover on the next episodes of Where Are They Now. While you're down there, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it so we know to keep making more just like it. Now let's get into it. To get a proper picture, we should start where the couple split in 2016. Amber Heard claims that Johnny Depp had thrown a phone at her, leaving her bruised. Quote, "During the entirety of our relationship, Johnny Depp has been verbally and physically harmful to me. He has a short fuse. He is often paranoid and his temper is exceptionally scary for me. I live in fear that Johnny will return to our house unannounced to terrorize me physically and emotionally." A judge rejected Heard's request that Depp attend a year's worth of anger management classes and refused to extend the protective order to the couple's dogs. Police did not press charges against Depp, who also denied attacking the actress. Later, in a joint statement, the couple announced that they have settled their divorce. Quote, "Our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love." In 2017, their divorce was finalized. Then, in 2018, Amber pens an op-ed for the Washington Post, which is at the heart of this just finished defamation lawsuit. In the op-ed, she writes, quote, "I became a public figure representing domestic harm, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out." Heard's article mentions her experience with harm from her childhood to adulthood. It does not include Depp's name. Then, a year later, in 2019, Johnny sues Amber for defamation, claiming that the Post article was a ruse for Amber to gin up positive press for herself. He also claims that she's not a victim, but rather the perpetrator of harm. He seeks $50 million in damages, stating that it negatively impacted his career and now movies don't want to cast him anymore. Then, in 2020, a libel trial is held in the United Kingdom over the British newspaper The Sun calling Depp a wife-beater. Depp's ex-partner Vanessa defends Depp by submitting a statement saying that the actor is the furthest thing from a violent person. Johnny brings forward claims that Heard had affairs with the businessman Elon Musk and actor James Franco. He also claims Heard put her own fecal matter in their bed and was physically violent towards him. A few months later, the court sided with The Sun. After the ruling, Depp states that he was told to step down from his role in the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Now, in 2021, Johnny Depp once again sues, this time directly Amber Heard and for defamation. He claims that the article she wrote is untrue and used in malice to destroy Depp's career. Amber countersues him for emotional damages for $100 million, double what Johnny is asking for defamation. In 2022, on April 11th, the weeks-long defamation trial kicks off, with Heard and Depp appearing in court in Fairfax County, Virginia. In the defense's opening statement, attorney J. Benjamin Rottenborn reads the entirety of Heard's Post op-ed to the jury and tells them that the actor exercised her right to free speech. On April 19th, Depp takes the stand and testifies over the course of 4 days. Attorneys for Depp lay out evidence of Heard's alleged history of harm, while Heard's lawyers focus on Depp's past drug and alcohol use, text messages, and recordings, claiming Depp perpetrated the violence. While on the stand, Depp claims that Heard would instigate arguments and escalate their feuds. At the end of his 4-day testimony, when asked what he had lost due to Heard's op-ed in the Post, Depp says, quote, "Nothing less than everything." During the first day of her testimony on May 4th, Heard painted a picture of a man who oscillated between active addiction and sobriety, which she said made it hard to continue their relationship. Heard alleged that while on vacation with Depp in May 2013, he did a, quote, "cavity search" on her while looking for his substances. She describes other instances of alleged harm, including a time Depp allegedly first hit her. On May 25th, Depp returns to the stand, quote, "It's insane to hear heinous accusations of violence, sexual violence, that she's accused me of." When he was asked about what it had been like to listen to Amber's testimony, he states, quote, "I don't think anyone enjoys having to split themselves open and tell the truth, but there are times when one simply has to because it's out of their control. Horrible, ridiculous, humiliating, ludicrous, painful, savage, unimaginably brutal, cruel, and all false." All false. Heard also returns to the stand on May 26th before closing arguments. She says that she's been inundated with death threats since the start of the trial. Quote, "Protecting the secret that I did for as long as I did has taken enough of my voice. Johnny has taken enough of my voice and the right to tell my story. I have the right to say what happened. I have the right as an American to talk about what happened to me, to own my story and my truth." On May 27th, the jury hears closing arguments and begins deliberating. The jury itself is composed of 7 members and 2 alternates. They return to deliberations on May 31st. On June 1st, the jury reaches a verdict. The jury unanimously finds that Heard defamed Depp, awarding him $5 million in punitive damages and $10 million in compensatory damages. The jury also awards Amber $2 million in compensatory damages in her counterclaim, but nothing in punitive damages. Following the verdict, Johnny says, quote, "The jury gave me my life back. From the very beginning, the goal of bringing this case was to reveal the truth, regardless of the outcome. Speaking the truth was something that I owed to my children and to all those who have remained steadfast in their support of me. I feel at peace knowing I have finally accomplished that." Amber, for her part, says that she is heartbroken by the decision. Quote, "I'm even more disappointed with what the verdict means for other women. It is a setback. It sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. The public reaction to the Johnny Depp v. Amber Heard case is unlike anything I've personally ever seen before. I almost wish this energy was here for the Harvey Weinstein case, but it is what it is." As for the amount of money that Amber is required to pay, the jury has awarded Johnny Depp $15 million, but Amber will only have to pay $10.35 million due to a Virginia law that caps damages awarded. And Amber absolutely does not have $10.35 million to give to Johnny. During her appearance on Today, Bredhoff, who is Amber's attorney, also went into detail about how she believes her client was demonized during the trial and that internet favor was absolutely in Depp's corner. She feels it ultimately affected the outcome of the case. Although jurors were told not to scan social media during breaks from the courtroom, Amber's lawyer said, quote, "How can you not? They went home every night. They have families. The families are on social media. We had a 10-day break in the middle because of the judicial conference. There's no way they couldn't have been influenced by it. I was against cameras in the courtroom and I went on record with that, and I've argued against it because of the sensitive nature of this case, but it made it a zoo." So what happens if Amber can't pay the money? Well, she's already basically broke from legal fees. One way that's expected for Johnny to collect is from Amber's future movies, as well as to seize her home in California. Johnny can also push for her debt to go into collections and she may go bankrupt. It would absolutely tank her credit, however, so doing that might be worse than the move to endure the brunt force of paying him back over the course of a long amount of time. So how do you feel about the final verdict? Let us know in the comments down below. While you're down there, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can stay updated when we post our next video. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Where Are They Now? I've been your host Sierra. See you next time.